of a full effort from you all? I think you're muted.
So I still think we're capable of playing 40 consecutive. I mean, Connecticut's a great team. They're a grinded out team. They're going to make you, take shots you don't necessarily want. They're physical. So I think we came back in the second half and played better. But I think, we're capable of playing a better first half for sure.
Their pick and roll defense looked like it was tough in the first half. How did you guys adjust, or what adjustments did y'all make in the second?
I think it's about moving our bodies. I mean, we weren't setting screens. Bigs weren't setting screens. Guards weren't coming off and creating space. Bigs weren't separating. So I think we talked about that at the halftime, about moving our bodies. And if we're not cutting for ourselves, like cut for somebody else and, screen. I think that's the biggest thing for us, is making sure that we're setting good screens.
And then last for me, sorry, you had a dagger that put the team up 78-64 late in the game, and Wintrust just erupted. How did it feel for you to, in a sense, get that first big game as far as fans' energy goes back here in Chicago?
It feels good. I think that there's so much, it's nostalgic to look in the stands and see people that I've grown up playing in front of. So, I think it's great to get a win today, the first time that we're full capacity. And then secondly, I think it's also just, it's exciting for me. I never take the game for granted to be able to play in front of my dad and my mom, and my daughter was there today, my family. So I don't take that for granted.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Cheryl raced out with WBEZ.
Hey, Candace, how you doing?
Good. Thank you.
What was it like in the locker room when you guys were discussing what you had to do to come out of the break?
I think what's so great about this team is we're not into pointing fingers. I think we look at ourselves and what we do individually. And, I think it's my job. Obviously, I didn't come out with the same intensity that I needed to. And I think that we all knew that. And individually, I think all of us knew we could do better in the second half. And so that was the conversation. Sometimes you're going to have games where you just got to grind it out. And the teams that are able to find ways to win these types of games are going to be able to be successful at the end. You look in August, and when the season is closing, you want these games, you want to win these games. And so I think that's what's special about our group.
This is what you see is different than what was a couple of weeks ago. You guys are finishing off games. The positivity of being able to win at the end seems to be much more in sync than it had been.
Listen, we had to get healthy. We had to have time together. We're forgetting that this is, I haven't ever played with anybody here. They haven't played with me. I think just in terms of pieces and roles, they've switched and they're different. So with that being said, I think it's took a little time, and, we're definitely not satisfied, but at the same time, I think it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Great. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Christos Taltas.
So Candace, congratulations on the win, the performance as well.
Can you talk a little louder? I can't hear
Could you speak a little louder if you don't mind?
You hear me?
No, I can't. Yes.
Great. First of all, congratulations about the win, the performance as well. 4 straight wins in that season. How's that feeling for you as a team? First time in this season, 4 straight wins.
I think it feels good, but I would say this is kind of, we're not a results-driven team. I think we're focused more on how we're doing things. And even through the losses, there are good things that we were doing. Obviously, we had to clean up a couple things, but I think there's good things that we were doing. And, we were able to get a couple practices under our belt. I think the Minnesota game was great when you see the ball go in the basket. Like I said, we had a grinded out game in Indiana. We had another grinded out game today. It's probably going to be the same way on Saturday. So these are games that I think reveal a lot of character. But I think, you know, just as if you start the season 7-0, you're not crowned the champion. If you start, you know, you go through a 7-game losing streak, it doesn't mean that it's over. And I think you learn a lot about the person next to you by battling and getting it back. And it feels good to win.
And also about you, how enjoy to be the leader on and off the court on this group of girls, and what did you learn from them?
I've learned a lot. You know, obviously I'm the new kid on the block here. So I have to learn how to play. I learn what people like, what they don't, you know, how I can help. And I think sitting over on the sidelines for the first couple of games kind of helped me watch and see like what people like, how I can make them better, how I can make the offense flow better. And so I think that that's kind of was an advantage for me because I got time to be on the outside and look and see what our team exactly needed.
Thank you very much. Keep up.
Mm-hmm.
No Wilkes.
Hey, Candace, how you doing tonight?
Good, thank you.
I got two questions for you. I want to know, how would analyst Candace Parker analyze this Chicago team for these past 4 games?
You know, I think that we have a lot of potential. When we're clicking offensively, you know, when we're disciplined, when we're moving the ball's not sticking. We can beat anybody. But we go through these lulls of not moving the ball, of not getting the shots that we want. And that's when, you know, the other team definitely has the advantage. So I think defensively, we've stepped up, and that has been the knock going into this offseason. I think defensively, we're playing a lot better. Not perfect, but a lot better. And I think that because of our athletes, we're able to get stops. And when we're able to get stops, we're able to get out in transition. But we're not only a transition team. Like, we can play in the half court. We have talented players that can knock down shots and can play half court sets. So, you know, I think, no pun intended, but I think the sky is a limit as to what we could accomplish. But we're far from, you know, what we're able to do.
And I believe this is your 4th game back since your ankle injury. How are you feeling now? How are your lungs, the ankle? How are you feeling?
You know, I think I've returned. I don't know if I'm back. There's a lot of times in transition where, you know, I want to play with it and go in, and I just can't yet. But it'll come. I'm not getting discouraged. I think I'm limited as to how much practice I can do and how much time I'm on the court, just because we're playing back to back and we've got games and we're doing this and this and this. So with that being said, like, I can't wait to be able to get more time on the court to get my rhythm back. But listen, I'm just happy to be out there and be able to contribute.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
2 more questions. Doug Feinberg.
Hey, Ace, great to see you.
Thank you.
You played with a really good point guard in LA. What's it like been playing with Sloot for a couple games, who's obviously a really good point guard herself?
Yeah, it's always great to play with a great floor general. You know, I definitely think it's, you know, it's great for me because I think she sees things, plays ahead. And then just in terms of me just trying to make things easier for her. So I think we're learning that kind of balance. And, you know, it's fun to play with somebody like her that comes off, knows when she needs to knock down big shots, knows when to distribute, knows, you know, defensively what they're doing. So I just think her IQ is through the roof.
Thanks, Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And last question, Annie with the Sun Times.
Sorry, one more for you. You came tonight in Dwayne Wade's high school jersey. Was just wondering if that was his actual high school jersey or like a replica, or how you got your hands on that.
So I went online. So this season, I'm paying homage to a lot of Chicagoans. I'm actually, like, if you could help me out with a Cappy Pondexter high school jersey, I'm having trouble finding that. And I just cannot rock a Phoenix Mercury jersey to a game. So I'm actually looking for her. But, you know, I've got a number of jerseys. I obviously started out with the GOAT and MJ, got D Wade, I got Benji Wilson, got Isaiah Thomas. So I'm going to just rock those at home games because I feel like I grew up watching all those guys. I got KG's jersey. I grew up watching all of those guys and, you know, all those hoopers, Cappy, same thing. So I just feel like coming back. That's what I wanted to do. And it's a lot of fun to be able to kind of reminisce on watching them play.
When did that idea come to you to show up every game in a different, Chicago Stars jersey?
So I actually reached out. I was sitting on set on NBA TNT and I was talking to D Wade and I was like, I want to do something special, like going home. Like I want to pay homage to all these players that have had, huge influence on my career. And we were sitting there and I was like, I think I'm going to rock all jerseys, but I'm not going to rock the professional jersey, like all of them. I'm going to rock some high schools. And so, I started writing down my list. I had, Isaiah Thomas write down a list. I had D Wade write down their favorite Chicagoans. And so I'm trying to get my hands on some like tough ones, but we'll see. We'll see if I can do it.
Awesome. Thank you, Ken. Hey, are you going to show up in your Naperville Central jersey at all?
Maybe. I'm definitely going to show up in my brother Anthony Parker's jersey. Either I can't decide between the Bradley Braves or the Naperville, but I think my daughter might rock my jersey. I don't know. I'm not like I'm not gonna rock my own jersey. So I think my daughter will probably rock it one of these games.
Awesome. Thank you, Candace.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candace. We'll have
Thank
Clea
you.
Cup.
Appreciate it.
No, she's not.
Mood.
Hi, Clea. We'll start with Nove Wilkes.
Hey, Kalia, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to ask you about, did you just come out extra aggressive tonight or did you just take what the defense gave you?
A little bit of both. I was trying to really start this game off defensively being disruptive, but I think James really got me fired up at halftime. He showed me a couple clips, so he you just need to be you need to be tougher. We got to play with some heart. So I think that really motivated me, got me going.
And do you think tonight you proved why everybody should vote for Kalia freaking Copper?
You already know. I was just about to tell you that because you asked me earlier.
Yep, I did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Annie Costable, sometimes.
Hey, Kalia, before tonight's game, James was talking about, really wanting to see a full 40 minutes from this team. And offensively, you guys lacked a little bit of a spark in that first half, but defensively, it seemed like you guys were there all four quarters. How would you assess that, 40-minute mark of contributing a full 40 minutes?
I think we had a couple lulls where we were not able to score. We weren't moving the ball well. We weren't playing at our pace. And I think between Candace challenging us and James really getting into us, we came out the second half and picked up our pace and started moving the ball and started getting what we wanted to get.
And then when you all went on that run in the third, middle of the third, late in the third, and the fans here just really got loud, what kind of energy did that give you being back here with the fans reacting like that?
That just meant so much, I'm just feeling that energy from the fans and shifting the momentum of the game. They were even scoring, but the fans were so into the game and so in tune with us that it didn't feel like they were scoring. It felt like we were just on a run completely the entire third quarter.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cheryl raced out, WBZ.
Thank you, Kalia. In the past few weeks before you went on this 4-game winning streak, grinding out games was tough. What's the difference now, besides the health? What's the difference now that you are going over that hump and winning these games?
I think we got our swag back. Like we're not on the court playing not to lose. Like we're going out there being tough, and we are going out there like we know we can win this game. I think that was the difference for us. We were really down when we were losing those games. And now I think that everybody's energy is much different. Everybody's walking with their chest up, and I think that we're looking good. So we're feeling good.
A 4-game winning streak adds to confidence, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
And so you feel like everyone is in that same sync mode, that you know what, you're all feeling, you're on the same page, you're all pulling the same rope.
Yes.
Thank you.
Allison Moran.
There you go. Hi, Ka. Congratulations on the win, first of all. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. The part where you got your swagger back. I mean, you've been grinding it out all through these games, and I just wonder from you, what happened internally where you feel like now you're hitting on all fours, so to speak?
I just think we just started to believe. We bought into, everybody completely bought into their roles. We bought into what James and the coaching staff is trying to do. And we're going out there and executing exactly what the coaches are giving us. And we're playing hard. I think that a part of it was just, like I said before, not playing not to lose, but playing to win. Like, we're out there and we start the games and we're like, win, because we're coming out here to win.
Gotcha. You've got, this is pretty much your first win against a team that has a winning record. So what does that do for your confidence?
It definitely helps our confidence, but we just want to win. It was a big game, Commissioner's Cup game also. But we're just looking to continue to win and climb to the top.
And for the next game, are you going to continue doing the same things, or at that point, does Connecticut figure you out and you got to work harder?
Yeah, I think it's really hard to turn around and beat the same team twice. So we got to really lock in on watching film tomorrow and seeing what we can execute better. But I think we're just taking it one game at a time. We're going to watch some film tomorrow, and then we're going to correct what needs to be corrected.
Looking forward to the next game, Ka. Thank you.
All right, Cheryl raced out.
I'm sorry, I did put my hand down.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Kalia. We'll have James wait up in a second.
Thanks.
Are you good? You look at freaking cool as hell. Your muscles are fucking out of control right now. All right, James. Hi, James. Thanks for joining us. Start with Allison Moran.
Bless your heart, Kelly. Hi, James. Congratulations on the win tonight, first
Thanks,
of all.
Alice. Thanks, Alice.
Absolutely. Talk about what you said to your team at the halftime. The first came out a little slow, perhaps, in the first half. What did you say to them to get them going on this amazing run in the second half?
Well, I felt we needed to be a little tougher. Connecticut, I got to get my hat off to Connecticut. They are, they're, whatever their staff is doing, they do a great job of preparing them and getting them ready to play games. And the fact that, they have players out and they still play tough. We just had to adjust to their physicality in the second half and look to, hit them and lay screens on them and get out and play at our pace. And so it just took a level of persistence on our part to do that. And it was more than just running basketball plays or doing basketball schemes. We had to really, enforce our will on how we wanted to play. And that took a level of physicality that I, kind of encouraged them to do at halftime.
Excellent. So you're playing them
Sorry,
again.
Elton. We have to move on. No,
Oh.
Will.
Sorry, Alex.
Hey James, how you doing?
I'm doing good. No,
I just want to ask you how proud of you are of this team about how they came through the adversity tonight. They started off slow on the offensive end, but they overcame it in the second half. So how proud of you are you of this team for not giving up the lead the way they would maybe say a couple weeks ago?
yeah, I mean, I'm always proud of them because they work together to try to do the right thing. Sometimes we don't get it done, but they're always, they're bought into what we want to do. You love to see it go our way. The fact that this was a game that gave us a lot of adversity because we started off with not the correct energy that we needed to win a basketball game, but the fact that they were able to go into the second half and just adjust and put their pedal to the metal and work together and string a few stops and scores and play at a little more fast pace. So I'm proud of them. Now we just have to keep it going and see that level of consistency that we want.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Annie with the Sun Times.
Hey, James. Before the game, you talked about that full 40 minutes you wanted from the team. Tonight, we saw a couple lulls in the first half, but defensively, it seemed like this was an impressive performance defensively. How would you assess where the team's at in terms of putting together that full 40 minutes?
I still think we have a ways to go. I mean, basketball is, a pure game for a reason. Sometimes the team that you're playing against is going to make it hard for you to do so. I felt like this is something that we could have, done tonight, and we had to have our backs against the wall a little bit. We scored 50 points in the second half, which was, something that I would love to see us play at that pace in the first half, but we weren't able to do it. But, we'll come back. We'll learn from it. We'll watch, video of it tomorrow and try to see if we can come out and play with the urgency that we need from the beginning.
The Sun played great pick and roll defense in the first half. What adjustments did you all make in the second that allowed you to see more success offensively?
I think we had more movement as far as the players are concerned. We weren't trying to catch the ball so stagnant. We were moving them to put them in closeout situations, so they would have to catch up to us, and we did a better job of that. I don't know if it was anything that they were doing as far as, I think it was more of what we weren't, and we were able to do what we wanted and have a little bit more success.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Doug Feinberg.
Coach, good to see you as always.
Thanks, Doug.
So I think I asked you this before, but are you a fan of these sort of mini series, so to speak, to help get you ready for the playoffs in a sense, since you play the same team twice in a couple of days?
I don't really have any preference. I haven't thought. We just play who's in front of us, and it's about us and being able to adjust. I guess you could say it has its advantages, it has its disadvantages, but I'm just fortunate enough to be coaching in this league, so I attack every game like it's my last.
Well, I think you got a few more left before it being your last, hopefully. So keep up what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Cheryl Royce-Dow.
Hi, James.
Hey,
How
Cheryl.
much do you feel that your team is in sync right now when it comes to with this 4-game winning streak, winning a grinding out game, and being able to close out games at this point?
I think it gives us a level of confidence to be able to win games when you didn't shoot the ball well, and being able to come together and string together some defensive stops. DeWanna Bonner's a all-star player, and for her to have a 3 for 16 games, 3 for 16 game is rare. And so it wasn't really about our offense tonight. It was about, you know, us making it hard for them. And I think we did a good job of that. But, you know, we just want to keep on chucking away, not really looking at anything that we've done behind us. I didn't look at it when we, you know, I didn't focus on the 7 games we lost in a row, and I'm not focusing on the 4 games we won in a row. I'm just, you know, we just got to win the next one.
Do you look at the fact that you have your team, you got personnel back, plus practices is why you're having more success?
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of it. You know, we were able to have the team that we wanted to have in the beginning. And, you know, the fact that, you know, our bench is able to give us good minutes, the fact that, you know, Candace is with us and, you know, she's getting healthier every day. The fact that Allie Quigley is getting healthier every day. It gives the players around them more confidence as well. And so, you know, we don't take it for granted. And so we just want to stay there. And, you know, if you have your team together, you can keep getting healthier and keep getting better as a unit because you have everybody. And that's something that we're going to try to keep doing. And we just appreciate everybody being here.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Thank you, James, and thank you all for joining us.
Thanks, guys.